Hey everyone, it's Jeff Salzenstein here, and I thought today that I would do things a little bit differently. We would mix it up, and you wouldn't see my mug today in front of that white screen. Thought I would talk to you today about Roger Federer, and we got some great footage from the BNP Paribas Open a few weeks ago. A good friend of mine went down there, and he captured some amazing footage that we'll be sharing throughout the year. And I thought today would be a great opportunity to give you my top 5 reasons why Roger Federer will never be number one again and might only have 1 or 2 Grand Slams left in him. And those Grand Slams will probably be Wimbledon. I don't think he can win another Grand Slam on a hard court. And I'm going to give you the reasons why right now. Number 1, he's older. He's close to 30 years old. Certainly he can win more Grand Slams at this age, but he's not getting any younger, and the other players on tour are younger and hungrier. Number 2, he has a family. I don't care what you say. You've got twins. You've got 2 kids. You're busy changing diapers. You have a nanny, but you have responsibilities that you didn't have when you were 24 years old. So having a family and being older are 2 huge reasons why Nadal and Djokovic are going to continue to have his number throughout the rest of his career, in my estimation. Number 3, he's not as physical as those other 2 dudes right now. Djokovic and Nadal are the 2 most physical players on the tour, and Federer simply cannot match them. He's a great physical specimen, but he does not match up to those 2 guys right now, and it's not gonna change. I mean, his movement is amazing, but again, he's just not as dominant with his movement as he was a couple of years ago. The 4th reason why I feel like Roger Federer will not be the same and will not be number one again is that he cannot overpower these guys with his serve. Yes, he's got an amazing serve. Yes, he can serve north of 120, even 125 when he wants to, but he doesn't have that dominating serve like Pete Sampras had where, hey, maybe Pete's struggling with his backhand, but he can just hit 2 or 3 aces a game. That's the big difference between a guy like Sampras and a guy like Federer. Federer is more well-rounded than Pete Sampras, but Pete had that gun, and you just can't replace that huge serve. You can't get around that. He's got the huge serve that, from 10 years ago that nobody could really touch. Federer just doesn't have that. And because he's a more all-court player, the other all-court players are doing a better job hanging with him. He just doesn't have that explosive serve that a guy like Pete had back in his day. And the last reason why, well, there's more reasons, but the 5th reason today why Roger Federer will not be the same is that he cannot hurt Djokovic and Nadal with his one-handed backhand. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb right now and say that there will never be another number 1 player in the world that has a one-handed backhand. Now, some of you out there might completely disagree with me. That's okay if you do. But I just think the game is moving to more and more physical style. The two-handers, you need to be able to play defense off of the with a two-hander. And Djokovic and Nadal play defense and even offense better than Federer with their two-handed backhands, and they know they can serve the one-hander and they can attack the one-hander and keep it to that side to continue to have their way with Roger. So this video was a way to basically give you the 5 reasons why I think Federer will not be the same and not be as dominant, but also as a tribute, because you can see through this entire video how dominant he is, or not dominant, I should say, but how fluid he is, how amazing he is as a tennis player. So this video actually serves as more of a tribute to Roger Federer, because we probably will not see anything like his domination again in the future. There'll just be too much depth. He had a great run. I believe his run has ended. He still has, like I said, another 1 or 2 more slams left in him, but he certainly doesn't have number 1 left in him. And these other 2 guys are hungrier and eager, and we just really enjoyed watching Federer the last 10 plus years. He's going to have a few more great years ahead of him with different results along the way. but certainly will not be dominating like he did in the past. So would love to hear what you think about my 5 reasons why Roger Federer will not be the player that he was a few years ago, and just weigh in on what you think I have to say about today's video. We'll talk soon, and thanks again.